Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
Hello everyone and welcome to another edition of Souris Valley Sabre Dogs Baseball right here on the YouTube page of the Souris Valley Sabre Dogs. I'm your host, Jared Sleppy, and tonight the Sabre Dogs trying to recollect after losing last night 5-2 against the Wheat City Whiskey Jacks here from beautiful Brandon, Manitoba at Andrews Field. Take a look at the Sabre Dogs. They are currently 12-11, 6.5 games out of first place in the Lewis Division, and the Wheat City Whiskey Jacks, after snapping a 10-game losing streak, are winners once again, and they're now 6-17, 12.5 games out of first place with a winning percentage of .261. Let's go ahead and take a look at the full standings now as we start off in the Lewis Division. Badlands, Big Sticks, 19-5. They have now won 7 games in a row. Sabre Dogs are 6.5 back to 12-11 second place. Pier Trappers are 10-12, 8 games back. Hub City Hot Shots are 9-13, 9 games back. They've lost 2 in a row, and the Whiskey Jacks are 6-17, 12.5 games back. As for the Clark Division, the West Nebraska Pioneers are in first place still at 16-4. 2 games back of them is the Spearfish Sasquatch. They were able to bounce back after losing 2 in a row. Casper Horseheads are now 9-13, as they are 8 games back. Hastings Sodbusters are 7-14 and 9.5 games out, and so are the Fremont Move. Lost 5 games in a row. So you have the 2 new expansion teams at the bottom of both divisions now. That's kind of what you expect out of expansion teams. It's not really going to be a Golden Knights in the NHL type of thing where they get right into the league and immediately just get right to the top of the standings. It's going to take some time, and then both teams are well aware of that as they're both trying to really establish themselves here in this league. Take a look at the scores from last night on Tuesday. The Badlands Big Sticks won 8-5 at home against the Fremont Moo. Trappers and Sodbusters game was postponed. West Nebraska Pioneers won 9-2 over the Hub City Hot Shots, And the Spearfish Sasquatch won 5-3 over the Casper Horseheads on the road. And the Badlands Big Sticks now taking on the Casper Horseheads. That is going to be a game that starts at 7:05. Fremont and Hub City game has been postponed at Fossum Field in Aberdeen, South Dakota due to weather. Hastings Sodbusters up 2-0 against West Nebraska at the bottom of the first. And then the Spearfish Sasquatch and Pier Trappers gonna set to get underway at 7:05 from Pier, South Dakota. So the Sabre Dogs are still waiting to see if the Big Sticks can finally drop a game. They've just been absolutely on fire. They have now won 7 games in a row, and things are not looking like they're going to change anytime soon with the way they've been playing, especially with the 2 players from the University of Kansas. They have Souza Paului and Connor Van Cleve playing unbelievably well. Van Cleve went 2 for 3 yesterday with 2 RBI after their win against the Fremont Moo. Sabre Dogs don't play Badlands again until July 28th as we take a look at their schedule moving forward after this set of games finishes on Thursday. They will go on the road to take on the Casper Horseheads on the 21st, a brief stop in Minot, pick up a few players, get a new bus, and then head out for a 13-hour drive. And then after a 3-game set this weekend, they have Monday off. They'll drive back to Minot and then get ready for a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday set against the Wheat City Whiskey Jacks, and then have another off day on Friday. And to finish the month of June, they have 2 games against Hub City on Saturday and Sunday. So it'll be nice that they have 2 off days next week, as Monday won't be much of an off day, as it'll just be a travel day. But they will have all of Friday off, as they have 2 home games sandwiched between that off day. And then in July, they only have a collective 2 off days, one on the 17th of July after the All-Star game, and one on the 28th. And that game versus Badlands is actually on the 29th, my mistake. And then there's no more off days until the end of the regular season, as there's just 7 straight days of home games for the Sabre Dogs. They will take on 3 different teams, with 1 game against Badlands, 2 against Hub City, and 4 against the Pier Trappers, which will be the next time we see them. And we don't play Pier on the road this year. 2 off days, divisional round, off day, and then the LCS if the Sabre Dogs do make it that far. We'll have the starting lineups coming up in just a bit. Sabre Dogs and Whiskey Jacks set to get underway in just about 10 minutes or so. We'll be right back after these messages.
Z94 is Minot's only station for today's hit music. The Z94 audience is an active one, targeting your 18 to 42-year-olds. The Z94 listener is a need-to-know listener. They do product research. From product and customer satisfaction reviews, our Z94 audience has their smart devices at their fingertips. That's why you need to be with Z94, because we're in front of our listeners and your customers with our in-demand services like streaming, podcasts, social media. And since we brand to our specific audience, we know how to market your business. Z94, Minot's only station for today's hit music.
You had a long day? An alcoholic beverage sound good right about now? Souris River Brewing Company has you covered. They use the most locally sourced and freshest ingredients available to create quality beers and food. Souris River Brewing Company sources food and grains from their neighbors to maintain our local economy and to serve you. Be sure to stop by Souris River Brewing Company, a true North Dakota experience. Planet Pizza has become Minot's premier party location. Whether it's a birthday, team, family, school, or church get-together, they have everything to make your event out of this world. From arcade games to bouncy houses, they provide fun for all ages. Planet Pizza has been Minot's best pizza place for over 20 years. Don't let the fun fool you. Their pizza is fresh and delicious every time. To book a party or to order, call 701-852-1700. The Sleep in Minot is the #1 favorite place to stay when visiting. The Wi-Fi is always free and the breakfast is always hot and delicious. It's also the most convenient hotel for the kids when they want to hang out at the Dakota Splashdown Water Park. For the grown-ups, the hotel is attached to the Dakota Square Mall so you can shop till you drop. Then in the evening, be sure and stop in at the best-kept secret lounge for a drink. The Sleep in Minot is a proud sponsor of the Souris Valley Sabre Dogs. The largest sleep in North America, where everyone dreams better.
Baseball is America's game. It brings people together, and there's nothing better for community than people coming together. Thank you, Sabre Dogs, for providing entertainment, a family-friendly environment, and good sportsmanship to our town. These simple moments, sharing time with loved ones, create everlasting memories, and will always be in the cheering section, rooting for the home team. First Western Bank and Trust, we're not just here for you, we are you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Forward Communication provides you an opportunity to get your message heard on radio stations all across the region. They have several syndicated radio reports you can partner on, including Ag Issues, which gives an agronomy perspective to regional agriculture, Outdoor Issues, which discusses North Dakota hunting and fishing, and Training Camp Today, which gives listeners an inside look at Minnesota Vikings training camp. Call Forward Communication at 720-0007. That's 720-0007. Back from Andrews Field in Brandon, Manitoba, here are today's starting lineups. Starting out with the Wheat City Whiskey Jacks, leading off, playing second base is Cody Kale. Batting second and playing third is Hayden Stark-Kinnison. Batting third and DHing is Lucas Allen. Batting fourth and playing first is Keegan Schultz. Batting fifth and playing right is Jackson McCorney. Batting sixth, playing left is Jaden Kay. Batting seventh and catching is Blake Fitzgerald. Batting eighth and playing center is Hazen Robinson. Batting ninth and playing short is Robbie Merced. As for the Sabre Dogs, leading off and playing right is Philip Childs. Batting second and DHing is Cruz Taylor back in the lineup. Batting third and playing third is Chauncey Callier. Batting fourth and playing first is Bo McClintock. Batting fifth and playing short is Mason. Batting sixth and playing second is Jace Edwards. Batting seventh and catching is Drew Pollum. Batting eighth and playing left is Hunter Holland. And batting ninth and playing center is Luke Quick. So, kind of breaking down the lineup for the Sabre Dogs is on the mound for the weapons that the Sabre Dogs have. So you have Cruz Taylor back in the lineup. He's going to bat second instead of his usual batting third. And then Callier's going to bat third instead of fourth. And McClintock is going to bat cleanup, as they trust in him quite a bit, as he has been absolutely raking the ball. He was 2 for 3 yesterday. He's batting .300 on the season in his 5 games. Mason Dennison is going to bat fifth. He usually bats second. We'll move him down. Have some speed there towards the bottom of the order. Have Hunter Holland back in the lineup. First time in a while. And Luke Quick batting ninth. So this should be an interesting starting roster. Drew Pollum catching, as they've been rotating with Alex Hay and Justin Henley. And also Jace Edwards, who got a triple yesterday, is there batting sixth. So things are going to be interesting for the Sabre Dogs today, as they're coming off a very unfortunate loss, mainly because they snapped the Whiskey Jacks' 10-game losing streak. Also snapped a 3-game win streak for the Sabre Dogs here at Andrews Field as their first loss here so far this season. And these two teams play each other a lot, and they will continue to do so until the beginning of July, and that is when they finish up with the Whiskey Jacks as Wheat City. This is a team that I hope you can beat up on for a bit, and get some wins, and try to claw their way back into first, but that wasn't the way the ball went yesterday, as the Whiskey Jacks actually got the better of the Sabre Dogs, despite Service Valley getting 11 hits. Only to get 2 runs out of those, which is one of the problems with yesterday's game in general. Pitching struggled in the 4th inning as Xavier Caldwell allowed 4 runs, with 3 of them being earned, and then another unearned run coming in from Nate Brenzer Mendoza, who has really had just a fantastic season, very uncharacteristic-like outing for Brenzer Mendoza. However, he does have his ERA drop just a little bit, just because of the fact that the run he allowed was not earned. His ERA is now sitting at .337, which is one of the best on the team. And speaking of which, it will be George Loxtercamp on the bump for the Sabre Dogs. He's now at a .357 ERA in the 5 games he has pitched. This is his first start of the season. He has allowed just 7 earned runs in 17 2/3 innings, and he's come in and shown that he can go quite a ways. He has went for 11 strikeouts, 10 walks, 19 hits, and has a whip of 164. K/9 ratio is at 560, so he gives up a few walks and hits, but he is able to get out of jams and has quite a few strikeouts to his name and limits earned runs. So we will now have the anthems for Canada and the United States. And we'll go ahead and take a commercial break after this. We'll be right back after these messages. Inside of your mouth ache? Not brushing as often as you should? Then come on over to Kemet Dental. Kemet Dental prides on their team of highly educated dental professionals and advanced technology. Whether it's advanced dental procedures such as implants, same-day crowns, and sleep apnea, there's no problem they can't fix. Visit their state-of-the-art facility or visit kemetdental.com to learn more. Kemet Dental. We treat more than teeth, we treat people. Don't let bad weather surprise you. Stay informed with KMOT. KMOT is Minot's local NBC affiliate that keeps you in the know for all things weather-related. KMOT also makes sure that you know everything important happening in the Minot community. Want to see the latest Twins highlights? Check out KMOT's professional sports coverage, as well as their local and collegiate sports. KMOT, your news leader.
Baseball is America's game. It brings people together, and there's nothing better for community than people coming together. Thank you, Sabre Dogs, for providing entertainment, a family-friendly environment, and good sportsmanship to our town. These simple moments, sharing time with loved ones, create everlasting memories, and will always be in the cheering section, rooting for the home team. First Western Bank and Trust.
We are about to get underway here from Andrews Field, Sabre Dogs and Whiskey Jacks, Game 2 of this 3-game series here in Brandon, Manitoba. First pitch coming up, and we are underway. That's a ground ball foul down the third base side. Sabre Dogs coming to this one 12-11. After a 5-2 Sorry about that, technical difficulties with my mic. That was a foul ball from Philip Childs, make it 0-2. Here's a pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That'll be out number 1 for the Whiskey Jacks. It's a little bit on the starting pitcher, Chase Mueller. He's 0-1. Has allowed 19 earned runs in 22 innings. Has an ERA of 7.77. Season, which is the second most on the team, only behind yesterday's reliever, Christian Arias. Here's the first pitch to Taylor. And that one in there for strike 1. Game number 24 of the 2019 Expedition League season for the Sabre Dogs. Is that one in there for strike 2? And Mueller coming out red hot to start things off. And Taylor taking his time. Trying to make sure the at-bat goes at his pace. 0-2 pitch. Hitting the air towards center field. It's shallow, and it will be caught by the retreating Robbie Merced, the shortstop. So the hitting order for the Sabre Dogs, it will be Childs, Taylor, Callier, McClintock, Dennison, Edwards, Pullum, Holland, and Quick. And the fielding order for the Whiskey Jacks, it will be Mueller on the mound, Fitzgerald catching, Stark Kinnison at third. He has the first pitch, misses for ball 1. Merced at short. Kale is at second, Schultz at first, Kay in left, Robinson in center, and Bacorny in right. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. Foul back. Even the count at 1-1. It's been all reliable for the Sabre Dogs. 1-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Call him that because in a post-game interview a couple nights ago, he called himself an older guy, and which kind of made me feel old because I'm a year older than him. But regardless, he's just been so reliable every single at-bat, so figured I'd just put the 2 and 2 together and call him all reliable. Here's a 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that will end the inning. So a very quick 1-2-3 inning, and that will send us to the bottom of the first. Whiskey Jacks will get their first shot at it. We'll be right back after these messages. El Azteca is authentic Mexican fast food on the go. Their ingredients are always fresh, so you can be sure you'll get the best tacos, burritos, tamales, and more. El Azteca is located at 2035 North Broadway in Minot. Stop in or order online to save time. If you want exclusive coupons and special offers to save more on your next visit, text El Azteca as one word to 21777. El Azteca, the most authentic Mexican food in Minot.
iHeartRadio.
We are Northwest North Dakota's #1 country radio station, 97 Kicks FM, playing a wide variety of today's new country to those country favorites reaching back to the 90s. With the award-winning Bobby Bones Show, and a big signal puts your business where it needs to be. We are heard on over 2,000 smart devices across the country with our iHeartRadio app. From radio to streaming, web, and social media, we've got you covered. Our Kicks listeners are current and retired military, farmers and ranchers, working moms, business owners. We are 97 Kicks FM.
George Loxtercamp making his first start as a Souris Valley Sabre Dog. He's pitched in 5 games and has done so very efficiently. The hitting order for the Whiskey Jacks, it'll be Cody Kale, Hayes Stark Kinnison, Lucas Allen, Keegan Schultz, Jackson McCorney, Jaden Kay, Blake Fitzgerald, Hazen Robinson, and Robbie Merced. The fielding order, it will be Loxtercamp on the mound, Drew Pullum catching, Chauncey Callier at third, Mason Dennison at short, Jace Edwards at second, Bo McClintock at first, Hunter Hall on the left, Luke Quick in center, and it will be Philip Childs in right. Cody Kale comes to the plate for the Whiskey Jacks, and he has struggled against the Sabre Dogs. In this series, he's 0 for 8. And overall, he's 2 for 19 with 4 runs and 2 RBI with 2 strikeouts. First pitch from Loxtercamp. In there for strike 1. Oh, 1 pitch. Breaking ball. In there, strike 2 on the upper outer portion of the plate. 0-2 pitch. That one misses for ball one. Tried to get him chasing outside, did not do so. 1-2 pitch. In the dirt, that'll even the count. Two-two pitch. Got him to chase for strike three. And that will be one down for the Sabre Dogs. So no score here in the bottom of the first. Sabre Dogs were retired 3 up, 3 down. First pitch misses for ball one. That one misses as well. Big series between the Twins and the Red Sox underway. This is a 2-0, is fouled back for strike one. Last night the game went 17 innings in which it was won by Max Kepler with an RBI with the bases loaded to win the game. This one hit well towards center field. Backing up is Luke Quick, and he will make the catch. And center field has been the defensive MVP for the Sabre Dogs this season. And that's saying a lot considering how good this defense is. I'll bring up Lucas Allen. He was the designated, he'll be the designated hitter for the evening. He was named the Player of the Week by head coach Grant Hamilton. First pitch, breaking ball, hit to left field for a base hit. Drops in front of Hunter Holland. So that's our first hit of the ball game. Now I'll bring up the cleanup hitter, Keegan Schultz. Schultz is 2 for 4 in the series. Went 2 for 3 yesterday. When I say this series, I'm referring to starting on Monday in Minot. That pitch misses for ball one. That one dropped a little bit too low from Loxtercamp. Go back to first. Check up on Lucas Allen. Sabre Dogs have not thrown out a single runner caught stealing this season. That one will even the count at 1-1. Here comes the 1-1 pitch from Loxtercamp. Breaking pitch, foul back. I'll make it 1-2. So Loxtercamp's last outing was against the Hot Shots a week ago. He went 4 innings deep, allowed 2 earned runs, 6 hits, 3 walks, and a strikeout. This one hit in the air towards right field. Shiles moving to his left and making the play a few feet short of the foul pole, and that will be it for inning number 1. So takes 3 outs for the starting pitcher for the Whiskey Jacks, Chase Mueller, and it takes 4 hitters for George Loxtercamp. We are through 1 inning. We'll head to the top of the second coming up after this.
Z94 is Minot's only station for today's hit music. The Z94 audience is an active one, targeting your 18 to 42-year-olds. The Z94 listener is a need-to-know listener. They do product research. For product and customer satisfaction reviews, our Z94 audience has their smart devices at their fingertips. That's why you need to be with Z94, because we're in front of our listeners and your customers with our in-demand services like streaming, podcasts, social media. And since we brand to our specific audience, we know how to market your business. Z94, Minot's only...
Minot. Sabre Dogs will play one more time tomorrow here in Brandon, and then it will go to Casper to take on the Horseheads for a 3-game series starting this weekend. And that will be the second series of the year against a Clark Division opponent, as they took 2 of 3 from the Fremont Moo earlier in the year. So now coming to the plate is Bo McClintock. He had himself a nice day yesterday. He went 2 for 3 and having himself a solid year. As of right now, looking at a 300 batting average, 6 hits in 20 at-bats, 6 RBI. First pitch to him. Left center, high in the air, got a little bit too under it. Coming over to make the play is the center fielder, Hazen Robinson, for out number 1. Now batting is Mason Dennison. 2 for 5 yesterday with 2 singles in the first and third inning, and then was 0 for 3 after that with 2 strikeouts. As he has his batting average at 300. He's one of 5 Sabre Dogs with a batting average of 300. First pitch. In 1. Now misses upstairs for ball 1. Nobody on, 1 out in the top of the second. Sabre Dogs and Whiskey Jacks scoreless. 1-1 pitch. In the air towards left center field. And that will be caught by the left fielder, Jaden Kay, for out number 2. Possibly another really quick 1-2-3 inning, as that will bring up Jace Edwards. He's sitting at 190 on the year. Has a triple and a home run to his name already with 4 RBI. First pitch misses for ball 1. The 7th game that Edwards has started for the Sabre Dogs. 1-0 pitch. In there to even the count. Now 1 hit at the third baseman, booted. See if he can recover, throw to first. Throws wide, and that will be Jace Edwards getting safely into second base. Sabre Dogs have a man on second now with 2 out, with Drew Palm coming to the plate. They'll give it an E5. Here's the first pitch to Drew Pollen. That one misses for ball 1. This is Drew Pollen's first game against the Whiskey Jacks this season. 1-0 pitch. Breaking ball hit into right center field, and that will be caught for out number 3 by Jackson Bicorni. So 3 flyouts, 1 to left, 1 to center, and 1 to right. As they get a man on, but leave a man stranded. We'll head to the bottom of the second with Jackson Bicorni, Jaden Kay, and Blake Fitzgerald coming up for the Whiskey Jacks.
Trinity Health is a nonprofit healthcare system serving northwest and central North Dakota and eastern Montana. With a care hospital in Minot, more than 40 specialties, several rural health clinics, and a long-term facility, Trinity provides a full complement of healthcare services to the region. Since 1922, they have been committed to looking ahead and improving in ways that provide the best, most compassionate care for their patients, families, and communities. Trinity Health, where their mission is, being committed to preserving and improving the quality of health to the people they serve. Know what's below. Call before you dig. Whether you call 811 or use ITIC to file your locate requests, North Dakota One Call makes sure you're able to navigate the One Call process as easy as possible. Whether you're a professional contractor working on a project or a novice homeowner just installing a fence, contact us every time you dig to ensure no underground lines are damaged. It's easy, and it's the law. Dig safe.
Sabre Dogs, Whiskey Jacks scoreless after the top of the second inning, and that will bring up the 5, 6, 7 hitters for Weed City with George Loxerkamp back out on the mound. It took 4 hitters for Loxerkamp to go through to finish the first inning. So solid start for Loxerkamp in his first start of the season. Fans, make sure to not miss out on all the festivities going on at Corbett Field on July 15th with the 2019 Fan Fest, including the Home Run Derby. And then there'll be tons of food and all sorts of family fun at the ballpark, so be sure not to miss out. And then on the 16th, it'll be the main event, the 2019 Expedition League All-Star Game. Sabre Dogs will have a few players there and hope to see you out there for the All-Star Game. First pitch, swing and a miss for strike one. This one is hit into center field for a base hit. And DeCorney gets aboard in the second inning, having himself a nice series. And that will bring up Jaden Kay. Jaden Kay 1 for 4. And all of that was done yesterday. An RBI. Go over to first. Here's the first pitch. That one in there for strike one. Home plate umpire takes a while to make that call. Just takes a while in general. We're back over to first. So no Jace Bailey for the Whiskey Jacks here this evening. He has really struggled against the Sabre Dogs. He is 0 for 18 on the year with 7 strikeouts. Runner goes, throw outside, throw down to second, not in time. And the Sabre Dogs are stolen on once again. Now runner in scoring position with nobody out. Jaden Kay, the left fielder, at the plate. Kay is 8 for 37 on the year, batting .216. Breaking ball in the air, out of play down the first base side. Whiskey Jacks are batting .224 on the season as a team, with a league high 210 strikeouts as a team. Whiskey Jacks looking for any sort of momentum they can grab at this season. That one fouled out of play. We'll stay 1-2. As for the pitching, not a whole lot better. ERA collectively is .533 with a whip of 166. From the stretch, here's Loxerkamp. Check swing. That one will be in there for strike 3. So now 1 down with a runner on second. Loxerkamp making things a little bit easier for himself. Coming to the plate is Blake Fitzgerald. Doesn't have a single at bat this season for the Whiskey Jacks. It's his first start in his first game of the season. First pitch. This one hit up the middle. The shortstop, Dennison, throw to first. Nice play across the bag for out number 1. Now advance the runner on over to third with 2 out. Another name you might not recognize is Hazen Robinson, the center fielder for the Whiskey Jacks. His first game against the Sabre Dogs. Only played in 2 games so far. He's batting 1 for 7 with 5 strikeouts. First pitch in there, strike 1. Here's the on pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2. See if Loxerkamp can get out of the second inning without giving up a run. Loxerkamp looks at third. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Ball's in the dirt. It gets away from Pollum. The runner will score. Throw down to first. Will be not in time. So that'll be an unearned run for George Loxerkamp. So the Whiskey Jacks get the first run of the game. That right there has happened quite a bit where get the strikeout, but the ball will escape the catcher. Now batting is the number 9 hitter, Robbie Merced. Runner on first. Sabre Dogs trail 1-0. Runner goes, misses upstairs, throw down to second, and that will be in time for the final out. And that is their first caught steal of the season. So the Sabre Dogs will come up to the plate coming up next as they trail 1-0. We'll be right back after these messages with more Sabre Dogs baseball.
Planet Pizza has become Minot's premier party location. Whether it's a birthday, team, family, school, or church get-together, they have everything to make your event out of this world. From arcade games to bouncy houses, they provide fun for all ages. Planet Pizza has been Minot's best pizza place for over 20 years. Don't let the fun fool you. Their pizza is fresh and delicious every time. To book a party or to order, call 701-852-1700. The Sleep in Minot is the #1 favorite place to stay when visiting. The Wi-Fi is always free and the breakfast is always hot and delicious. It's also the most convenient hotel for the kids when they want to hang out at the Dakota Splashdown Water Park. For the grown-ups, the hotel is attached to the Dakota Square Mall so you can shop till you drop. Then in the evening, be sure and stop in at the best-kept secret lounge for a drink. The Sleep in Minot is a proud sponsor of the Souris Valley Sabre Dogs, the largest sleep in North America, where everyone dreams better.
Sabre Dogs come to the plate as they will play from behind here this evening to start things out. As we move to the top of the third, it'll be Hunter Holland, Luke Quick, and Philip Childs coming to the plate. Hunter Holland hasn't played in a few days. He played in pretty much every game to start the season out. Since reinforcements have came in, he hasn't been playing as much. He's played in 12 games out of the team's 23 rather. He's 7 for 42 with 9 runs and 9 RBI, but has 14 strikeouts and 4 stolen bases. Also has a double and 2 home runs. Second year Sabre Dog rather. Last year, Hunter batted .287, played in 47 games, 43 hits and 150 at-bats with 29 runs, 10 doubles, a triple, and he has already reached his season-high 2 home runs, had 28 RBI, 42 strikeouts with 18 stolen bases. This one hit in the air towards left center. That will stay in the park as he got under it a little bit too much. That'll be caught. Route number 1. Sabre Dogs looking for their first hit of the game still, as that will bring up Luke Quick. He'll be the top of the order. Luke Quick started out the season hot. He's kind of cooled off since then as he's hitless in his last 8 at-bats. He's now batting just .200. 3 for 15 on the year. First pitch in there, strike 1. Sad thing is, though, as a .200 batting average will put you in the upper portion of the team's batting average. This one fouled back, make it 0-2. I have a ton of people who are hitting under the Mendoza line for the Sabre Dogs. Team collectively hitting .240. Like I've been saying throughout the season, very top-heavy with his talent. Have a few great hitters and some that are trying to stay in the game. As that one fouled back out of play, and you can really tell who the really good hitters are according to how many games they've played. You have Chauncey Callaway with 22, Cruz Taylor with 22, Wilson Rubion with 19, Mason Dennis with 16. That one fouled out of play. And Austin Reno has played 16, and he's been a great defensive option for the Sabre Dogs, but offensively has struggled and still trying to work out his injury. He did not travel with the team to Brandon at 196 on the year. 0-2, that one put in play, hit to the third baseman, Stark Kennison, throw to first, in time by half step for the second out. I'll bring up Philip Childs, struck out his first time up. Chase Mueller, nearly perfect his first time through the order. Allowed, or just didn't allow, but got an error that allowed a runner on base. The first pitch is foul back for strike one. Here comes the 0-1 pitch from Mueller. That one misses, even the count. Big Sticks and Horseheads scoreless in the top of the first. That game just got underway. Hastings Sodbusters lead the West Nebraska Pioneers 2-0 in the bottom of the fourth. This here's the 1-1 pitch. That one misses, make it 2-1. And as for the Spearfish Pier game, we have no score posted as of right now. We'll set the schedule at 7:05, but 30 minutes have came and gone. 2-1 pitch hit high in the air. It's slicing towards foul on the first base side. It will just barely get out of play. Make it 2-2. And Fremont and Hub City has been canceled for tonight. And it will be postponed and played at a later date. Hub City's had a lot of rainouts. They've already had 4 on the year. This one here tonight will make it 5. Here's a 2-2 pitch. Hit towards center field, and that will drop for a base hit for Phil Childs. So he had a multi-hit day yesterday, and he continues today. That is Childs' 13th hit of the season. He's batting .279 coming into today. Now bring up Cruz Taylor. Got his first day off of the season yesterday. Played in 22 games straight. He's back at it, batting .301 on the year, 25 hits and 83 tries with 19 runs and 18 RBI. We're back over to first and check on Childs. Also, Childs had 3 steals yesterday. He stole second, third, and home. He stole third and home in the first inning, and then stole second later on in the game. That one in there for strike one as Blake Fitzgerald wanted to check down to first as Childs got a pretty big secondary lead there. Another throw back over to first, check on Philip Childs. Sabre Dogs are 6-7 at home, 9-8 in the month of June, 6-4 on the road, and 4-2 against the Whiskey Jacks. That one close. Childs once again in there safely. Sabre Dogs are 10-10 against Lewis Division opponents, 12-11 overall. Second place, 6.5 games out of first on the Badlands Big Sticks. 0-1 pitch. That one fouled out of play, make it 0-2. Sabre Dogs trail 1-0 here in the bottom, or after the bottom of the second, as we're here in the top of the third. 0-2. I'm coming for Cruz Taylor with 2 outs. That one misses up and away, ball 1. Mueller sets and delivers. This one ripped past the first baseman into right field for a single. And Taylor's going to dig for 2, and he's going to make it. And Childs will be in there at third. The Sabre Dogs threatening in the top of the third. See if they can produce. Yesterday they had 11 hits, but just 2 runs. You're not having a good past couple days. He's just 1 for 6. First pitch to him. That one hit into left center. And that is well hit, and that'll get down for a base hit. 2 runs will score. Chauncey's going to round second. He will stay there. So 2 RBI double for Chauncey Callier. So a single by Childs, a double by Cruz Taylor, and then another double by Chauncey Callier, and Old Reliable does it once again. That'll bring up Bo McClintock as the Sabre Dogs take a 2-1 lead. RBIs 22 and 23 of the season, double number 11, and hit number 34 for Chauncey Collier. First pitch. In there, strike one. Chauncey batted .336 last year, was overshadowed by E.J. Rennell, who batted .458 and was the league's MVP. And now Mueller's going to step off as Chauncey gets a pretty big lead over there at second. He is a league leader in stolen bases with 14 of them. McClintock 0 for 1 with a flyout in the second inning. See if he can continue from what he did yesterday, going 2 for 3. And now once again, Mueller steps off the back. Chauncey really getting into Mueller's head. 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball, hit into left field. No, it's batted by the third baseman, Stark Kennison. It's deflected into the ground. And that will be a base hit for Bo McClintock in the infield. Chauncey Collier advances on over to third. So 4 consecutive hits for the Sabre Dogs and have 2 runs to show for it. And that will bring up Mason Dennison, 0 for 1 with a flyout. First pitch. Hit into center field. At the center fielder, Robinson will make the catch for out number 3. But the Sabre Dogs take the lead here in the top of the third. Our score, Sabre Dogs 2, Whiskey Jacks 1. We'll be right back.
Trinity Health is a nonprofit healthcare system serving northwest and central North Dakota and eastern Montana. With a care hospital in Minot, more than 40 specialties, several rural health clinics, and a long-term facility, Trinity provides a full complement of healthcare services to the region. Since 1922, they have been committed to looking ahead and improving in ways that provide the best, most compassionate care for their patients, families, and communities. Trinity Health, where their mission is, being committed to preserving and improving the quality of health to the people they serve. Know what's below. Call before you dig. Whether you call 811 or use ITIC to file your locate requests, North Dakota One Call makes sure you're able to navigate the One Call process as easy as possible. Whether you're a professional contractor working on a project or a novice homeowner just installing a fence, contact us every time you dig to ensure no underground lines are damaged. It's easy, and it's the law. Dig safe.
Lockster Camp comes back out for the third inning as the Sabre Dogs lead it 2-1. And for the Whiskey Jacks, it will be the 9-1-2 hitters, Robbie Merced, Cody Kale, and Hayden Stark Kennison coming up. Robbie Merced, the shortstop for the Whiskey Jacks. He's right now batting just .188 with 19 strikeouts in his 19 games he started. He's going to complete his at-bat as he came up to the plate in the second inning, and Robinson was caught stealing. His at-bat was cut short. First pitch. In there, strike one by Lockster Camp. That one was up and away in the strike zone. Wind up and the pitch. That one in there for strike two. Should be interesting to see how the Sabre Dogs utilize their bullpen with a member of the bullpen, well, normally a member of the bullpen, on the mound to start the game. Here's the 0-2. That one in the dirt, make it 1-2. So if you're the Sabre Dogs, you're not going to use Brenzer Mendoza, and of course no Lockster Camp, no Caldwell. Could go to Calber. He pitched yesterday. It'll be interesting to see what they do with possibly go to Chase Grillo. He hasn't pitched in a few days, or Bradley Spooner, as that pitch misses to even the count at 2-2. You just don't want to burn both Jace Mapson and Bradley Spooner in the same night. Those are your two closers. As right now, Spooner with three saves, and Mapson with 4. Second most in the league, and that one misses. And 3 straight balls for Lockster Camp to make the count full. Here comes the 3-2 from Lockster Camp, and that one is grounded foul down the third base side. Just barely missed by a foot or so. Hunter Rubidoux over there in shorts picks up the ground ball. First baseman for the Whiskey Jacks, Dusty Kearns. Third baseman and head coach, Grant Hamilton. 3-2 pitch. That one is hit into left field for a base hit past the diving Chauncey Callier. Merced's first hit against the Sabre Dogs in this current series. He was 0 for 6 prior. I'll bring up Cody Kale. Struck out his first time up. He's 0 for 1 on the day. And on the season, batting .273, 4th highest batting average on the team. Trying to bunt it down, fouls it back. He's strike 1. Merced with 4 stolen bases. Just 3rd on the team. He's over there at first. McClintock holding him on. 0-1, grounder to Dennison. No play at second. Throw to first in time. We're out number 1. So that'll bring up Hayden Stark-Tennyson, who had a flyout his first time up. He gets runner on second with 1 away. First pitch. Breaking ball in the dirt for ball 1. Lockster Camp standing at 6'4". Looks back at second. Here's the 1-0. That one is hit foul down the third base side. Even the count at 1-1. Winner of the divisions in the first half gets an automatic home field advantage in playoffs. Breaking ball misses outside 2-1. So as of right now, it'll be West Nebraska and Badlands who get the home field advantage. And the second place teams get we got one shot to upset the top seed for advancing to the LCS. Is that one in there for strike 2 to make the count even? So it would be Spearfish and West Nebraska in the Clark, and Service Valley at Badlands in Lewis. Check swing didn't go. It'll be 3-2. Be a rematch of last year's matchup in the divisional round. And it was Badlands who was down 7-0 and came all the way back to win. It's to the lack of arms for the Sabre Dogs. 3-2 pitch. In the air well towards left field. Not well enough as Hunter Holland will come in and make the play for out number 2. I'll bring up Lucas Allen. 1 for 1. Had a single in the first inning and was left stranded. On the stretch, Lockster Camp looks back at second. He sets. Double take. And the pitch. In there, strike 1. Sabre Dogs looking to even the series here in Andrews Field and Brandon, Manitoba. As that one fouled back. We get 0-2. So lost last night 5-2. 11 hits for the Sabre Dogs with just 2 runs. It was really the Sabre Dogs that beat themselves yesterday. 0-2 pitch. This is up and away. Try to get him to chase. Didn't bite. 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball, got him swinging. We're out number 3. The first man gets on, and he is stranded at second. That will advance us to the the top of the 4th. Sabre Dogs lead 2-1. We'll be right back after these messages.
El Azteca is authentic Mexican fast food on the go. Their ingredients are always fresh, so you can be sure you'll get the best tacos, burritos, tamales, and more. El Azteca is located at 203
Station 97 Kicks FM. Owners, we are 97 Kicks FM.
Let's take a look at some of the scores around the American League as the Kansas City Royals currently trail the Seattle Mariners 8-2 in the top of the 7th. The Detroit Tigers lead the Pittsburgh Pirates 7-5 at the end of the 5th. Angels lead the Blue Jays 7-5 in the bottom of the 4th as leadoff base hit for Jace Edwards to start the top of the 4th inning. I'll bring up Drew Pollan. Other scores include the White Sox trailing the Cubs 4-1 at Wrigley in the bottom of the 2nd. Indians lead the Texas Rangers 5-1 at the top of the 3rd. Red Sox lead the Twins 3-1 in the bottom of the 2nd. Those are all the games going on right now. On the stretch here is Mueller. Runner on first. Is that one in there for strike 1? Games that finalized earlier today. The Reds sweep the Houston Astros 3-2. A walk-off base hit by Jesse Winker. Give the Reds the win there. Yankees blew out the Rays 12-1 as a breaking ball is fouled. That will just barely get out of here. A's beat the O's 8-3, and that is the end of the AL slate. We'll keep updating you with the Red Sox and Twins score throughout tonight's game. Here is the 0-2 to Drew Pollan. That one in the dirt, tried to get him to chase. Didn't bite. So Edwards with a leadoff single on the first pitch. Start things out in the top of the 4th for the Sabre Dogs as they continue where they left off. 5 hits now for the Sabre Dogs. Already got almost half of what they had yesterday. 1-2, hit in right field. Corny not really hustling over, but he will make the catch as he moves to his left for out number 1. That'll bring up Hunter Holland, 0 for 1 on the day. Flew out to left in his first at bat. Seven hits, 9 RBI for Hunter Holland on the season. First pitch, breaking ball upstairs, misses. Throw down to first, check up on Edwards. He's in there safely. Make it 1-0. On the stretch, 1-0 pitch from Mueller. Breaking ball in there to even the count at 1-1. Not going to see a whole lot of shifts in this league just because there's not really a whole lot of research that's done into scouting and recruiting players. Throw back over to first. One pitch. That one in there for strike 2. That one was up and away. Apparently in the strike zone. Here comes the 1-2 pitch from Mueller. One out here in the top of the 4th. The pitch. That one fouled down the third base side. We'll do it again. Luke Quick is on deck for the Sabre Dogs. Left-handed hitter from the University of Oklahoma. The 1-2. Now misses upstairs. Make the count even. Runner goes. That one will be foul. Do it again. Sabre Dogs, a very patient team collectively at the plate. The exception of Chauncey Callier, who likes to swing early. Usually the results are in his favor. Two-two pitch. Now misses low for ball 3. The count is full. Holland trying to advance Jace Edwards from first. That one misses for ball 4. So now runners on first and second for Luke Quick. Grounded out in the second inning. Still looking for his first hit in a whole week. It's been unbelievable defensively out in center field for the Sabre Dogs. Made a few incredible diving plays. First pitch. That one hit at the first baseman. And they'll take the one out at first. And they'll advance both runners. So that'll bring up the top of the order once again, as the Sabre Dogs are going through their third time through the hitting order already. Phil Childs is 1 for 2 with a run and a strikeout. Line up in the pitch. First pitch, and there's strike one with 2 outs to Philip Childs. Again, runners on second and third as Jace Edwards over there third. Holland is on second. 0-1 pitch. Down grounded foul on third base side. Third base coach, Brock Bockham. First base coach, Ben Bennett. Head coach, Corey Thompson. And pitching coach will be Justin Mulvaney once again tonight. 0-2 pitch. That one misses for ball 1. Here is the 1-2. In the dirt. And that'll get away from the catcher, and they'll score a run. So wild pitch. Brings home Jace Edwards, advances Hunter Holland over to third. The Sabre Dogs are now up 3-1. Comes a 2-2 pitch to Phil Childs. Now misses outside, full count. Mueller now working from the windup. That one hit into left field. Base hit. Now bring home another run. Rounding first and heading for second is Childs. What a heads-up play. That should have been a single. He turns it into a double. So an RBI double for Philip Childs. He is now 2 for 3 on the day. Sabre Dogs now lead 4-1. I'll bring out Cruz Taylor. Childs on second with 2 out. And now Taylor wants time. And Mueller was heading to the plate. He has to eat it. First pitch misses outside and up for ball 1. Taylor 1 for 2 with a double, a run, and a flyout. 1-0 pitch. That one down the first base side foul. Even the count 1-1. Chauncey Callier on deck for the Sabre Dogs. As they lead 4-1 in the top of the fourth. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike two. Cruz Taylor was 1 for 4 on Monday. Total 8 for 23 against the Whiskey Jacks. That's a .348 batting average. Has 2 home runs and 7 RBI. 1-2 pitch. Childs goes. That one misses. So we're down to third. Not in time. And Childs with another stolen base. Had 3 of those yesterday, and he has 1 here already today. Now a runner on third with a 2-2 count coming up for Cruz Taylor. And Mueller will go back to the windup. Winds, kicks, and delivers. This one hit at the second baseman. Cody Kale, throw to first in time for out number 3. The Sabre Dogs get 2 more runs and are now up 4-1. We'll be right back with George Loxerkamp coming out for another inning of work. You're listening to Sabre Dogs Baseball.
El Azteca is authentic Mexican fast food on the go. Their ingredients are always fresh, so you can be sure you'll get the best tacos, burritos, tamales, and more. El Azteca is located at 2035 North Broadway in Minot. Stop in or order online to save time. If you want exclusive coupons and special offers to save more on your next visit, text El Azteca as one word to 21777. El Azteca, the most authentic Mexican food in Minot.
iHeartRadio. We are Northwest North Dakota's #1 country radio station, 97 Kicks FM, playing a wide variety of today's new country to those country favorites reaching back to the 90s. With the award-winning Bobby Bones Show, and a big signal puts your business where it needs to be. We are heard on over 2,000 smart devices across the country with our iHeartRadio app. From radio to streaming, web, and social media, we've got you covered. Our Kicks listeners are current and retired military, farmers and ranchers, working moms, business owners. We are 97 Kicks FM.
Sabre Dogs steal 2 more runs as they lead 4-1, moving into the bottom of the fourth. And as for the Whiskey Jacks, they will bring up the middle of the order with Keegan Schultz, Jackson McCorney, and Jaden Kay. Schultz is 0 for 1 today with a flyout to right field. First pitch. In there, strike one, and Loxerkamp has done a great job of getting at hitters early in counts. Sabre Dogs with their red unis with gray pants and gray hats. Is that one a breaking ball in there for strike two? As for the Whiskey Jacks, they have their navy hats, unis, and white pants. Yesterday, both teams wore baby blue. And now Schultz wants time. Loxerkamp working with a no 2 count to Keegan Schultz. That one misses up and away, making out 1 and 2. The pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. Loxerkamp is dealing. Now has 4 Ks. Now bring up Jackson McCorney for the Whiskey Jacks. Yesterday he had a double. His first pitch misses. And as he was turning for third, he got thrown out. I guess that was on Monday. The 1-0 pitch. That one hit high in the air towards center field. The Quick moves to his left and makes the catch for out number 2. And that will bring up Jaden Kay. Struck out his first time up in the second inning. Just 3 hits so far for the Whiskey Jacks with their lone run. came off of a passed ball by Drew Pollum as the first pitch in there for strike one. It was a strikeout to Hazen Robinson. He was allowed first base. Line up in the pitch. Pollum misses up and in, even the count, 1-1. Sabre Dogs have Chauncey Callier, Bo McClintock, and Mason Dennison coming up. And that one is hit into the glove of Chauncey Callier. Throw over to first in time for the final out. So 1-2-3 inning for George Loxtercamp. His first of the day. And prior to that, he has had all 4 batter innings. So we'll send it to the top of the 5th. Sabre Dogs still in control. They lead 4-1. We'll be right back after these messages.
Z94 is Minot's only station for today's hit music. The Z94 audience is an active one, targeting your 18 to 42-year-olds. The Z94 listener is a need-to-know listener. They do product research. From product and customer satisfaction reviews, our Z94 audience has their smart devices at their fingertips. That's why you need to be with Z94, because we're in front of our listeners and your customers with our in-demand services like streaming, podcasts, social media. And since we brand to our specific audience, we know how to market your business. Z94, Minot's only station for today's hit music.
You had a long day? An alcoholic beverage sound good right about now? Souris River Brewing Company has you covered. They use the most locally sourced and freshest ingredients available to create quality beers and food. Souris River Brewing Company sources food and grains from their neighbors to maintain our local economy and to serve you. Be sure to stop by Souris River Brewing Company, a true North Dakota experience.
Dogs lead at 4-1 on the road here in Brandon, Manitoba at Andrews Field. Sabre Dogs coming up with their 3-4-5 hitters, Chauncey Callier, Bo McClintock, and Mason Dennison. The heart of their order has been hitting pretty well today. Past few games it's struggled with Cruz Taylor and Chauncey Callier kind of, I wouldn't say a cold streak, but not performing at quite as high of a level as they have been the previous couple weeks, which is pretty hard to live up to because they have been absolutely phenomenal this season for the Sabre Dogs. Not a dip that has really been of too much significance because Chauncey's still batting .379 and Cruz Taylor still hitting .301 as this one hit into center field, and that will be dropped by the center fielder. Chauncey around first and be in there at second. See if that will be a hit or an error. Most likely it will be a hit. He had to dive to make that play. I should have said dropped because he made a diving effort and it was right in front of his glove. So Chauncey Callier on at second. That'll bring up Bo McClintock, and that will go down as a double for Chauncey Callier. That is his second of the day. Team and league leading 11th double of the year for Chauncey Callier. Bo McClintock 1 for 2. If they single back in the 3rd inning, also flew out in the 2nd. Runner in scoring position with nobody out here in the top of the 5th. First pitch in there for strike one. McClintock coming into this game batting .300 on the season in 6 games played. 0-1 pitch. That one fouled off of, I believe, his foot. Looks like he's okay, so be 0-2. Mueller with his 5th inning of work here, starting behind with the runner on second leading is Chauncey Callier. Runner goes, throws outside, throw down to second. Is dropped by Stark Kennison. He'll go a few feet to his left, and that will be steal number 15 on the year for Chauncey Callier. So one swing of the bat can make it a 5-1 game. Just needs a decent ball hit in the outfield. McClintock is capable of doing that and much more. Here's the 1-2, misses. Low and away, even the count at 2-2. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball, fouled out of play, we'll redo it. On deck for the Sabre Dogs is Mason Dennison. Wheeler working from a stretch with runner on third. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball in there for strike 3. Interesting that Mueller normally had been working from the windup with a runner on third, decides to go from the stretch and gets the strikeout. Very interesting. So he will stay in the stretch to face Mason Dennison, who's 0 for 2 with 2 flyouts. First pitch to him. Now unripped at the shortstop. Get the run in, throw down to first in time for out number 2. Sabre Dogs now lead 5-1. Bring Chauncey Collier home. Has run number 19 on the season, which now tied for the team lead with Cruz Taylor. That's RBI number 6 on the year for Mason. First pitch. That one is in there for strike 1 to Jace Edwards. 1 for 2 with a run. Now on foul tipped. Make it 0-2. Coming up for the Whiskey Jacks, it will be the 7-8-9 hitters, Blake Fitzgerald, Hazen Robinson, and Robbie Merced. Here's the 0-2. Edwards hit this one to center field, and that will be caught. We're out number 3. Sabre Dogs get one more. 5-1 lead for Souris Valley. We'll head to the bottom of the 5th coming up after this.
Planet Pizza has become Minot's premier party location. Whether it's a birthday, team, family, school, or church get-together, they have everything to make your event out of this world. From arcade games to bouncy houses, they provide fun for all ages. Planet Pizza has been Minot's best pizza place for over 20 years. Don't let the fun fool you. Their pizza is fresh and delicious every time. To book a party or to order, call 701-852-1700. The Sleep in Minot is the #1 favorite place to stay when visiting. The Wi-Fi is always free and the breakfast is always hot and delicious. It's also the most convenient hotel for the kids when they want to hang out at the Dakota Splashdown Water Park. For the grown-ups, the hotel is attached to the Dakota Square Mall so you can shop till you drop. Then in the evening, be sure and stop in at the best-kept secret lounge for a drink. The Sleep in Minot is a proud sponsor of the Souris Valley Sabre Dogs, the largest sleep in North America, where everyone dreams better.
Hoeksterkamp comes back out again for the Sabre Dogs for his 5th frame, having himself a very nice day so far. He's went a total of 4 innings. He has 5 strikeouts, 1 unearned run, with no walks. He's been extremely accurate and has allowed just 3 hits. So coming up is Blake Fitzgerald. He is 0 for 1 with a ground out, as it'll be the 7-8-9 hitters for the Whiskey Jacks coming up. Sabre Dogs with a nice comfy 5-1 lead. Well, actually, I don't know about comfy, considering the Sabre Dogs had an 8-0 lead against the Whiskey Jacks 2 weeks ago on, ironically, a Wednesday as the first pitch misses. And Whiskey Jacks brought within 3 at one point, and Sabre Dogs were able to fend them off towards the end of the game. Here's the 1-0. This one grounded at the second baseman. Jace Edwards, throw to first, in time for out number 1. I'll bring up Hazen Robinson. He reached via a single in the 2nd inning and got caught stealing. First pitch. In there, strike one. This one hit up the middle for a base hit. Robinson reaches via a single once again. And actually, in the second inning, he got on via a strikeout that went through the legs of Drew Pollan. They'll bring up Robbie Merced. He is 1 for 1, and he got a single back in the third inning. They're on first, 1 out in the bottom of the fifth. First pitch in there, strike one. Apologize for the wind. I have a pop filter on my mic, but it can only do so much with the wind blowing in from left field. Here's the 0-1. This is up and in. Even count at 1-1. Take a look at some of the scores around the league. Hastings leads West Nebraska 3-0 already in the top of the seventh. Also in the bottom of the third, Badlands and Casper are scoreless. Spearfish and Pierre, no score there as this one hit towards right field. Childs moves a couple steps to his right, and he'll make the catch for out number 2. Also, Fremont and Hub City has been postponed. I would assume that's what's going on with Spearfish and Pierre, rather a rain delay, or it's been suspended and hasn't been put in the system yet. Or those two, usually. So I'll bring up the third time through the hitting order. Leading off is Caden Kale. 0 for 2 with a ground out and a strikeout. We're on first with 2 out. Oxford Camp dealing. Throw over to first. Throw was a little bit high as McClintock applies a tag. Jason Robinson in there safely. Another throw over to first, and that one also going to be not in time. 2 umpires today. We had 3 yesterday. Here's the first pitch. Now misses for ball 1 as Cody Kale going with no gloves. Sticking with the old pine tar, and that's going to do it for him. 1-0. That one misses. Make it 2-0. See if Wheat City brings Mueller out for another inning after allowing 5 earned runs. 2-0 pitch. That one hit up the middle. Right at Loxer Camp. He bobbles it, but gets it over to first for the final out of the inning. Sabre Dogs with another solid inning from George Loxer Camp as he continues to not allow more than 5 batters to face him in an inning. We'll send it to the top of the 6th coming up after the break.
Planet Pizza has become Minot's premier party location. Whether it's a birthday, team, family, school, or church get-together, they have everything to make your event out of this world. From arcade games to bouncy houses, they provide fun for all ages. Planet Pizza has been Minot's best pizza place for over 20 years. Don't let the fun fool you. Their pizza is fresh and delicious every time. To book a party or to order, call 701-852-1700. The Sleep in Minot is the #1 favorite place to stay when visiting. The Wi-Fi is always free and the breakfast is always hot and delicious. It's also the most convenient hotel for the kids when they want to hang out at the Dakota Splashdown Water Park. For the grown-ups, the hotel is attached to the Dakota Square Mall so you can shop till you drop. Then in the evening, be sure and stop in at the best-kept secret lounge for a drink. The Sleep in Minot is a proud sponsor of the Souris Valley Sabre Dogs, the largest sleep in North America, where everyone dreams better.
iHeartRadio. 910 AM KCJB is Minot's heritage AM full-service information station, supported by the classic country favorites. KCJB listeners are ranchers and farmers and business owners. From egg reports and markets to compelling information, we are 910 AM KCJB, home of the Minnesota Twins, Minot State, and Minot High Sports. We are 910 AM KCJB, Minot's news and information station.
Back here from Andrews Field in Brandon, Manitoba. First pitch to Drew Palm was up and away for ball one as Palm enters this at bat 0-2 on the day. And that one will even the count at 1-1. Sabre Dogs lead 5-1 here in the top of the sixth. 7 hits, no errors from the Sabre Dogs defense. 1 run, 4 hits, and 1 error allowed from the Whiskey Jack defense. Is that one in there for strike 2 on the inner portion of the strike zone? Sabre Dogs and Whiskey Jacks will be at it once again tomorrow night at 7:05. Beautiful Thursday evening. Hopefully it won't be ruined by rain, as there's supposed to be a chance of some weather going on tomorrow, as that one is fouled back. Here's a 1-2. That one misses to even the count. Hunter Holland on deck and Luke Quick in the hole. Sabre Dogs have the 7, 8, 9 hitters coming up. Two, hit in the air towards left center. And making a few steps over to his right is the center fielder Hazen Robinson for out number 1. Now batting is Hunter Holland. He's 0 for 1, reached via a walk, and came around to score as he was brought in from Philip Child's RBI double. And prior to that, Jace Edwards scored. It's the first pitch in there, strike 1. Edwards scored via a wild pitch. Oh, 1, breaking ball. Oh, that was nasty. That in there for strike 2. That looked like that was going to be inside and up, and it broke all the way in the strike zone. And all of a sudden, Holland is behind 0-2. Here's the pitch. Swing and miss, strike 3. So 2 down. And Hunter Holland retired via the strikeout for the 15th time this season. That'll bring up Luke Quick. He's 0 for 2 with 2 ground outs. First pitch, fouled into the screen for strike 1. Whiskey Jacks will have the 2, 3, 4 hitters coming up. Hayden Starr-Kennison, Lucas Allen, and Keegan Schultz. 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 2. So Schultz once again working from the windup. Excuse me, that is Mueller, my mistake. This one hit at the first baseman under his glove, fair. Rounding first and heading for 2, and actually he's going to stay there. Just a big rounder on first. So a base hit for Luke Quick, and just what he needed. He hasn't had one in almost a week. That will bring up Philip Childs. 1 for 2 with an RBI double, a stolen base, and a run. Luke Quick on at second base. Go back over to first. Check up on Quick. He has 2 stolen bases already this season. That is hit number 4 on the year for Luke. Another throwback. Phil Childs coming into today's game batting .279, and that is sure to be bumped up after already 2 hits today, as that one misses inside for ball 1. In the outfield being pretty crowded for the Sabre Dogs with Cruz Taylor, Wilson Rubion, Philip Childs, Luke Quick, amongst others. 1-0. Now on grounded softly at the shortstop, and they'll get through the glove of both the third baseman and the shortstop. We'll see if they give that one a hit or an error, but either way, runners on first and second coming up for Cruz Taylor. Sabre Dogs lead 5-1, trying to extend their lead here in the top of the 6th. He just gave a hit to the Whiskey Jacks on the scoreboard, so I would assume that means that it's a hit. I meant to put that for the Sabre Dogs. First pitch. This is outside, ball 1. Here is the 1-0. This one hit out of play down the third base side, even the count. Sabre Dogs have been getting a lot of hits with 2 outs. They would be much better off if they got those hits with 0 1-outs. That was one of the reasons why they were able to get 11 hits but only 2 runs yesterday. Here's a grounder to the second baseman. Throw over to short. In time, tag the bag, and that won the inning. Sabre Dogs once again strand some runners. That will send us to the bottom of the 6th. Sabre Dogs lead 5-1 over the Wheat City Whiskey Jacks. We'll be right back after these messages.
Inside of your mouth ache? Not brushing as often as you should? Then come on over to Kemet Dental. Kemet Dental prides on their team of highly educated dental professionals and advanced technology. Whether it's advanced dental procedures such as implants, same-day crowns, and sleep apnea, there's no problem they can't fix. Visit their state-of-the-art facility or visit kemetdental.com to learn more. Kemet Dental. We treat more than teeth, we treat people. Don't let bad weather surprise you. Stay informed with KMOT. KMOT is Minot's local NBC affiliate that keeps you in the know for all things weather-related. KMOT also makes sure that you know everything important happening in the Minot community. Want to see the latest Twins highlights? Check out KMOT's professional sports coverage, as well as their local and collegiate sports. KMOT, your news leader.
Take a look at some more scores around the major leagues. Games going on right now. Royals trail 8-2 on the road against the Mariners in the top of the 9th. 8-2 is the score there. Washington and Philly in a doubleheader as Max Scherzer pitching with a broken nose as the Nationals lead 1-0 in one game, 6-2. Pirates still lead the Tigers 8-7 at the top of the 7th. Angels still lead the Jays 7-5 in the bottom of the 6th. Cubs lead the White Sox 5-3 in the middle of the 4th as the first pitch, swing and a miss to Hayden Stark-Kennison from George Lockster Camp. Here's the 0-1. Misses up, even the count. Indians still lead 7-2 against the Rangers in the bottom of the 4th. Red Sox currently lead the Twins 3-2 in the top of the 4th. So here's a 1-1 pitch. That one swing and a miss, strike 2. Scoreless between the Marlins and the Cardinals in the middle of the 5th. And the Rockies and D-backs about to get underway. 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. Round number 1 for George Lockster Camp. Games that have finalized already. Reds beat the Astros 3-2 and got the sweep. Yankees blew out the Rays 12-1. A's beat the O's 8-3. And the Padres beat the Brewers 8-7 with the Giants and Dodgers coming up at 9:10 at Dodger Stadium as the first pitch. In there, strike 1 to Lucas Allen. How about Christian Yelich hit his 27th bomb of the season? So hit in the air towards right field. Childs backing up. This one high in the air. It'll stay in the park. And will be caught. Route number 2. How about CC Sabathia? 14th pitcher in MLB history to have both 3,000 strikeouts and 250 wins. Congratulations to CC as his legacy continues to live on in his final season as a major league pitcher. Yankees 3.5 games up on the Tampa Bay Rays. Blew them out this evening. Here's the first pitch to Keegan Schultz. That one fouled back. Boston Red Sox still trying to hang on. They're 7 games back out of first. Sitting at 40-35. Blue Jays 20 games back, 26-47. And the Orioles, worst team in the majors, 21-53 record. Here's the 0-1 from Lockster Camp to Keegan Schultz. That one misses low, even the count 1-1. Twins are still just absolutely clobbering everyone in the AL Central as they're 48-24, 10 games up on the Cleveland Indians. 1-1 pitch. Outside ball 2. White Sox are 12.5 games out. They are 1 game under 500 at 35-36. Tigers are 20 games out of first place, 26-43, and the Royals are 3 games back from them at 25-48. This one hit in the air, that will be fouled out of play. As for the AL West, it is the Houston Astros who are still in first. A couple games behind the Twins for the best record in the AL. They're 48-27, just got swept by the Cincinnati Reds. 2-2 pitch. That one in there, strike 3. We'll have more standings from the MLB coming up after the break. As Lockster Camp goes another 1-2-3 inning. We'll head to the the top of the 7th coming up after the break with Sabre Dogs Baseball.
Baseball is America's game. It brings people together, and there's nothing better for community than people coming together. Thank you, Sabre Dogs, for providing entertainment, a family-friendly environment, and good sportsmanship to our town. These simple moments, sharing time with loved ones, create everlasting memories, and will always be in the cheering section, rooting for the home team. First Western Bank and Trust, we're not just here for you, we are you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Forward Communication provides you an opportunity to get your message heard on radio stations all across the region. They have several syndicated radio reports you can partner on, including Ag Issues, which gives an agronomy perspective to regional agriculture, Outdoor Issues, which discusses North Dakota hunting and fishing, and Training Camp Today, which gives listeners an inside look at Minnesota Vikings training camp. Call Forward Communication at 720-0007. That's 720-0007.
105.3 The Fox is Monarch's only rock station, playing the active rock of today, reaching your male audience 18 to 52, and getting your message to their ears.
I'm listening.
And 105.3 The Fox can be heard on over 2,000 smart devices across the country. And with our iHeartRadio app, from radio to stream, web, and social media, we've got your bases covered. If you're needing to reach a male audience, we are your radio station.
105.3 The Fox.
So it'll be Colin Marley coming up for the Whiskey Jacks on the mound as Chase Mueller is done after a total of 6 innings of work. And Colin Marley, as of right now, in terms of his stats as a Whiskey Jack, has allowed a lot of hits. And in fact has allowed a total of has allowed a lot of walks. 20 walks and 10 hits. Sabre Dogs come up with Chauncey Callier, Bo McClintock, and Mason Dennison. Chauncey Callier with 2 hits already today with 2 doubles. And with those doubles, he also has 2 RBI, a run, and a stolen base. First pitch from Colin Marley. Misses for ball 1. Sabre Dogs well on their way for their first win in this series in Brandon. They won game 1 of the series in Minot. This one hit high in the air towards right field, and that will be over the head of the right fielder, rounding first, Hank for second, and he'll be in there safely for his 3rd double of the day. What a day for Chauncey Callier. That'll bring up Bo McClintock, who is 1 for 3 with a single, a strikeout, and a flyout. See if Chauncey steals 3 here. Sabre Dogs had their 10th hit of the game. First pitch. In there, strike 1. See if the Sabre Dogs bring out Blockster Camp for another inning of work. I mean, he certainly earned it if he wants to go out for another inning. Just 4 hits and hasn't faced more than 4 batters in a single inning. Now Marley steps off. And Blake Fitzgerald coming to check on him, the starting catcher for the Whiskey Jacks. It's a reminder that the next home game for the Sabre Dogs will be June 25th against these same Whiskey Jacks. It'll be a Tuesday through Thursday series, and they will have Friday off. And then a 2-game series against the Hub City Hot Shots, and they go on the road once again to take on the Whiskey Jacks again. Comes the 0-1 to Bo McClintock. Hitting the left field, and that will be in front of the left fielder and booted by Jaden Kay. He'll get behind him. Rounding third and coming home is Chauncey Callier. Bo McClintock will be in there safely at second. So an RBI by Bo McClintock. And it is now 6-1. I call that a single and an error that advanced him over to second. And I think they're just going to say that's a straight-up double. First pitch is in and hits Mason Dennison on his back. And he is in a lot of pain. He's walking towards the Sabre Dogs dugout. Now starting to circle around and head towards first, see if he is good to go. I got him really good there. So he'll walk over to first, stay in the game. And that will bring up Jace Edwards. So back-to-back doubles to start the inning for the Sabre Dogs, and an RBI double for Bo McClintock. The Sabre Dogs a 6-1 lead, and then Mason Dennison just got beaned. So runners on first and second for Jace Edwards, who is 1 for 3 today. First pitch. That one misses inside for ball 1. Sabre Dogs have tied their hit total from yesterday, which was 11, but only got those 2 runs. 1-0 pitch. This one hit into the gap. It's past the diving Robbie Merced, the shortstop, and everyone's going to be safe. There'll be a single on the infield for Jace Edwards. It was Stark Kennison, the third baseman, who was playing towards the base. And Robbie Merced had to run a long ways to track that one down. It was a slow roller to him, and he dove for it and was unable to make a play. Even if he would have gloved it, still don't think he would have been able to throw anyone out. Here's Drew Pollum now. Nobody out still here in the top of the 7th with the bases juiced. First pitch misses for ball 1. On Marley with an ERA of 14.53. 1-0 pitch is the highest on the team. That one a high fly ball in on the infield, playable. And that will be caught in foul territory. And McClintock thought about tagging, but not confident enough in himself to head for home. So now 1 out, base is still loaded. And it will be Hunter Holland, and he has come up big in scenarios like this. He has 9 RBI with just 7 hits. So whenever he does get a hit, it's usually with runners in scoring position. Fortunately, on Point Street, there's no runners in scoring position statistic available. So that first pitch misses for ball 1.
I can only keep so many statistics without myself having a total brain collapse. So many stats in baseball. It's unbelievable. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and that one hit Holland on his side, and that will score a run. So it'll be an RBI hit by pitch for Hunter Holland. So another RBI for him. RBI number 10 on the season for Holland. That'll bring up Luke Quick. 1 for 3 on the day. Bases are still loaded. Comes the first pitch from Colin Marley. This is upstairs for ball 1. Mentioned a 14.38 ERA for Colin Marley, highest on the team. 14 earned runs in 8 2/3 innings. 20 walks and 10 hits. 1-0 pitch, that one foul back out of play. Sabre Dogs batting .240 collectively as a team. They're hitting .258 against the Whiskey Jacks in this current series and .248 against them as a whole. 1-1 pitch, that one hit in on the infield. Another foul ball, this time down the third base side, and it'll be caught for out number 2. And 2 huge wasted opportunities for the Sabre Dogs. They could really blow this thing open, but instead they've only gotten 2 runs. That'll bring up Philip Childs, and he is 3 for 4 with 2 singles, a double, a run, an RBI, and a stolen base. See if he can produce yet again. Bases loaded with 2 outs now. First pitch on the inside corner, in there for strike 1. And if the Whiskey Jacks could limit to just 2 runs here, that would be a huge win. Philip Childs could break this thing open with 1 swing of the bat. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2. That one in at his chin level. Let's see if Childs can do something here behind in the count 0-2. The pitch. That one grounded foul. Well, Sabre Dogs still have a pretty comfortable lead. It's 7-1 at the moment, but could get even more comfortable if they get a base hit here. Oh, 2 pitch. That one misses outside. Try to get Childs to chase. It'll be 1-2. Whiskey Jacks will have Jackson Bacorny, Jaden Kay, and Blake Fitzgerald coming up in the bottom of the 7th. One-two pitch. That one in the dirt. Make it 2-2. So for the Sabre Dogs, it's Mason Dennison at third, Jace Edwards at second, and Hunter Holland over there at first. 2-2 pitch. That one inside, and that one hits Philip Childs, and another RBI hit by pitch, this time for Philip Childs. That'll be his 2nd RBI of the day. So Mason Dennison scores, and it's now 8-1. This is still loaded with 2 outs as Chris Taylor comes to the plate. The only Sabre Dog who hasn't had a plate appearance in this inning. On deck is Chauncey Callaway, who started this whole mess with a double. First pitch misses outside for ball 1. Marley's still in there. No pitchers throwing over there in the Whiskey Jacks bullpen. 1-0 pitch. That one hit well down the right field side, but foul. The count is now 1-1. Two down for Colin Marley in the top of the 7th. Sabre Dogs with 3 runs in the inning already. And
That one misses, make it 2-1. Sabre Dogs, they hold on to the 7-run lead, would put them at 13-11, 2 games over 500, which is the best they have been this season. They've had that landmark multiple times throughout the year. 2-1 pitch. Now misses on the inside, 3-1. Sabre Dogs trying to take advantage against the last place team in the Lewis division. Unable to capitalize yesterday, losing 5-2. 3-1 pitch. Hit well towards the right field line, and that once again is foul, and that one is crushed. That one hits the trees out there in the outfield. That would have absolutely been gone if he waited another split second on it. It's 328 to both the left and right foul poles and 400 to dead straightaway center. Outfield is actually shifted over to the right. I mentioned there's not a whole lot of shifts, but outfield has a couple guys to the right of the second base. You take second base and shoot all the way to dead center. You have 2 guys over there on the right side of the outfield. Here's a 3-2 pitch coming up for Cruz Taylor. All runners going. This one hit over the jumping Robbie Merced, and that will be a 2 RBI single for Cruz Taylor. And that ought to do it right there. It is now 10-1 Sabre Dogs lead. Clutch hitting once again for Cruz Taylor. That is his second hit of the day. Phil Childs is safely on third. And runners on the corners for Chauncey Callerier. His second at-bat coming up here in the 7th inning. He is 3 for 4 with 3 doubles, 2 runs, a stolen base, and 2 RBI with a strikeout. Sabre Dogs lead 10-1, really blowing this thing open here. That's exactly what they needed, that 2 RBI double by Cruz Taylor. And that one hits Callerier on the shoulder, so the bases will be loaded. Now I'll bring up Bo McClintock once again. Had an RBI double that brought home Chauncey Callerier. He came around to score earlier in the inning. Also had a base hit in the 3rd. And now Brent Hamilton coming out to talk to Colin Marley as we have some action going on in the Whiskey Jacks bullpen. Things have just really gotten ugly here for Colin Marley. He's went 2/3 innings and allowed 5 earned runs. Once again, tomorrow night, Sabre Dogs, Whiskey Jacks, 7:05, right here from Andrews Field. And after that, they take on the Casper Horseheads for a Friday, Saturday, Sunday meeting. They have Monday off to travel back home, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, meeting against the Whiskey Jacks. They get Friday off, and then on the 29th and 30th, they will take on the Hub City Hotshots. So here comes Bo McClintock. 2 for 4 on the day so far. Oxford Camp most likely going to be getting the win here this evening. The pitch just almost hits Bo McClintock in on the hands. He gets him away, and it'll be ball 1. Bases loaded, 2 out here, still on the top of the 7th. Sabre Dogs put up 5 runs against the Whiskey Jacks in this half inning. So the score is now 10-1 as that one misses upstairs for ball 2. Now 2 straight balls, and Grant Hamilton will come in, and that will be it for Colin Marley. Just an ugly outing for him after the starter, Chase Mueller, gives up 5 earned runs. And we'll go ahead and send it to commercial break and get the relief pitcher some warm-up pitches. So we'll be right back after these messages.
Baseball is America's game. It brings people together, and there's nothing better for community than people coming together. Thank you, Sabre Dogs, for providing entertainment, a family-friendly environment, and good sportsmanship to our town. These simple moments, sharing time with loved ones, create everlasting memories, and will always be in the cheering section, rooting for the home team. First Western Bank and Trust, we're not just here for you, we are you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Forward Communication provides you an opportunity to get your message heard on radio stations all across the region. They have several syndicated radio reports you can partner on, including Ag Issues, which gives an agronomy perspective to regional agriculture, Outdoor Issues, which discusses North Dakota hunting and fishing, and Training Camp Today, which gives listeners an inside look at Minnesota Vikings training camp. Call Forward Communication at 720-0007. That's 720-0007.
iHeartRadio.
910 a.m. KCJB is Minot's Heritage AM full-service information station, supported by the classic country favorites. KCJB listeners are ranchers and farmers and business owners. From egg reports and markets to compelling information, we are 910 a.m. KCJB, home of the Minnesota Twins, Minot State, and Minot High Sports. We are 910 a.m. KCJB, Minot's news and information station.
New pitcher coming up for the Whiskey Jacks is number 26, Thomas Alexander. He is the only Whiskey Jack currently on the active pitching staff that has an ERA of 0. He's pitched in 2/3 innings. He's pitched in 1 game, 1 strikeout, 1 hit, no walks, with no earned runs. So Bo McClintock steps back up to the plate for the second time here in the 7th inning. Bases are juiced with 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. As Colin Marley comes in for 2/3 of an inning and gives up 5 runs, 4 of them are earned. Responsible for all 3 hitters. This one is hit in the left field, base hit, and the Sabre Dogs keep pouring it on, and that will be a 2 RBI single for Bo McClintock. He has been on fire as of late. He has 3 RBI today. Sabre Dogs are well in command here with a 12-1 lead. Runners now on first and second. So 2 more earned runs for Colin Marley. Check swing, went around for strike 1. Some of the scores around the league, check on them once again, as Badlands and Casper tied at 3 in the top of the 5th. West Nebraska trails Hastings 4-0 in the top of the 9th. What an upset that would be. Hastings playing a lot better now. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Hit high in the air, out of play. It'll be strike 2. Still a score from Spearfish and Pier. And I would just assume that that game has been suspended due to weather. And tomorrow we could get some weather ourselves with some rain supposedly coming in the afternoon, but with how the weather acted this past week, I mean, who knows? 0-2 pitch. And that one almost, that would have been in on the head of Mason Dennison, and he is not happy about that. Ball 1 to him. I think he's apologizing to the catcher who might have accidentally hit him with his bat as he was falling down. Saying some words to him. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Thomas Alexander. Stopping at the top of his form. That should be a balk, as that one's fouled out of play. Not allowed to physically stop at the top of your motion. And as soon as you pick up your leg, it has to be a full fluent motion to the plate. Otherwise, it is, by rule, a balk, and all the runners should advance. Here's 1-2. Now outside, even the count at 2-2. Sabre Dogs now lead 12-1. Two and two, that's going to hit Mason Dennison in the back. He slams his bat down out of frustration and pain and throws his bat over, as that is the 2nd time he has been hit in this inning. And throws his pads over to the dugout. Dugout loves it. Getting a bunch of smiles from everyone, including head coach Corey Thompson, who picks up his pads for him. The bases once again are loaded with 2 out. And now bring up Jace Edwards. Wind up in the pitch. Now misses low in dirt for ball 1. And Jace Edwards with a triple and a home run this season. With 4 RBI. Batting 190 coming into this game. However, it's going to go up after 2 base hits on the day. Is that one in there for strike 1 to even the count? 2 hits, 2 runs for Jace with the flyout and reaching via an error back in the second. 1-1 pitch, misses up and away for ball 2. The pitch. That one in there to even the count at 2-2. Dennison over at first, McClintock on second, and Chauncey Callier on at third. 2-2 pitch. That one a bloop foul down the first base side. Sabre Dogs are 3-1 in the great nation of Canada so far this season. Most likely to be 4-1 after today. The 2-2 pitch, that one hit into right field, and that will be caught. And that will finally end the inning. So the Sabre Dogs have 13 batters go to the plate. And they now lead at 12-1 as they blow this one open. We will stretch and be back after the break. You're listening to Sabre Dogs Baseball.
El Azteca is authentic Mexican fast food on the go. Their ingredients are always fresh, so you can be sure you'll get the best tacos, burritos, tamales, and more. El Azteca is located at 2035 North Broadway in Minot. Stop in or order online to save time. If you want exclusive coupons and special offers to save more on your next visit, text El Azteca as one word to 21777. El Azteca, the most authentic Mexican food in Minot.
iHeartRadio.
We are Northwest North Dakota's #1 country radio station, 97 Kicks FM, playing a wide variety of today's new country to those country favorites reaching back to the 90s. With the award-winning Bobby Bones Show, and a big signal puts your business where it needs to be. We are heard on over 2,000 smart devices across the country with our iHeartRadio app. From radio to streaming, web, and social media, we've got you covered. Our Kicks listeners are current and retired military, farmers and ranchers, working moms, business owners. We are 97 Kicks FM.
Sabre Dogs lead 12-1 as Loxerkamp going to come out for another inning of work as they get a 7-run top of the 7th. That's coming up for the Whiskey Jacks. It'll be Jackson Bacorny, the right fielder, 1 for 2 on the day with a run and a stolen base. Take a look at the scores around the majors once again. Coming up after this first pitch here. Now some boards being exchanged and a little bit of a stoppage of play as the umpire writing something down. Giants and Dodgers warming up, getting ready to play. It's the Rockies and D-backs scoreless in the middle of the second. Marlins and Cardinals scoreless in the bottom of the 6th. Red Sox still lead the Twins, but now the score is 6-4 in the top of the 5th. Indians tack on another run. They now lead 8-3 over the Rangers. Cubs get another run. They now lead 6-3 in the bottom of the 5th over the White Sox. Braves lead 5-2 over the Mets in the top of the 8th. The Angels extend their lead to 4 runs. They lead 9-5 as this one's hit high in the air. That will be at the center fielder Luke Quick for out number 1. 9-5 lead for the Angels over the Blue Jays. Tigers cut the lead to just 1, and that game actually just finalized. Literally just finalized right in front of my eyes. 8-7 win for the Pirates. 2-0 lead for the Nationals over the Phillies, and the Mariners beat the Royals 8-2. Wind up in the pitch. In there, strike 1 to Jaden Kay, the left fielder for the Whiskey Jacks. That one grounded foul. The Houston Astros, 8 games up on the Texas Rangers, who are in second place, 5 games over 500. Boy, are they a fun team to watch so far this season. As the Oakland A's, who are expected to possibly be a wild card bid, they are now 3 games over 500 and 9 games out. And 1 game back of the Rangers for second place. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Breaking ball in the dirt for ball one. As for the NL East, it is the Braves who are 3 games up on the Phillies. And really has been a 2-man race. A lot of people thought for some reason that there was going to be 4 really good teams to come out of that division. Mets have not quite been able to put it together, and the Nationals are really on a downward spiral. This one hit high in the air towards left field. Racing in is Hunter Holland, and going outward is Mason Dennison. Holland calls him off, flips the ball to him after the catch, as Holland's hat falls off and showing off his luscious locks. The out number 2. NL Central is getting interesting. I mean, we all knew it would be interesting, as first place to last place is separated by just 7 games, as the Cubs and the Brewers are tied. Cubs are 39-33. Brewers are 40-34. The first pitch in there, strike 1 to Blake Fitzgerald. Cardinals are 2 games back of the 2 front runners at 37-35. Watch out for the Reds. They're hot right now. They're 5 games out of first place, but still 4 games under 500. 0-1 pitch. This one hit at the first baseman. McClintock makes a nice scoop. Rushes over to first, touches the bag for out number 3. So we'll send it to the top of the 8th. Sabre Dogs quickly come back up after another 1-2-3 inning by Georgia Lobster Camp.
iHeartRadio.
Z94 is Minot's only station for today's hit music. The Z94 audience is an active one, targeting your 18 to 42-year-olds. The Z94 listener is a need-to-know listener. They do product research. From product and customer satisfaction reviews, our Z94 audience has their smart devices at their fingertips. That's why you need to be with Z94, because we're in front of our listeners and your customers with our in-demand services like streaming, podcasts, social media. And since we brand to our specific audience, we know how to market your business. Z94, Minot's only station for today's hit music.
You had a long day? An alcoholic beverage sound good right about now? Souris River Brewing Company has you covered. They use the most locally sourced and freshest ingredients available to create quality beers and food. Souris River Brewing Company sources food and grains from their neighbors to maintain our local economy and to serve you. Be sure to stop by Souris River Brewing Company, a true North Dakota experience.
Sabre Dogs in control. I mean, that would be an understatement, as they lead 12-1 with 14 hits, no errors committed. As for the Whiskey Jacks, 1 run, 4 hits, and 1 error committed. Sabre Dogs will bring up Drew Pollum, Hunter Holland, and Luke Quick. And only 5 Sabre Dogs were unable to get multiple plate appearances in the 7th inning, as they were able to score 7 runs. First pitch to Hunter Holland, in there for strike 1. Excuse me, that is Drew Pollum, my mistake. 0-1 pitch. In there for strike 2 on the outer portion of the plate. Pollum is over 4 with 4 flyouts. Love to get him part of the action here this evening, as he's really not been hitting well this season. Here's the 0-2. That one misses upstairs. Try to get him to chase. Didn't bite. Make it count 1-2. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And now Hunter Holland will come to the plate. He's jumping the gun for a second. So Holland also hitless. However, he does have 2 runs. He reached via a RBI hit by pitch in the 7th and got on via a walk in the 4th. First pitch to him, that one in there, strike 1. Continuing on with some of the standings in the National League, and talking about the NL Central, I mean, super close all the way to the bottom. The Pirates have only won 1 of their last 10 games, but they're still just 7 games back out of first. As that one, a check swing for strike 2. And the Reds, they are playing well right now. They're finally starting to hit the ball well. And normally, it's their pitching that has not been up to par, but their pitching has been solid to great at times. It's just their hitting that hasn't been doing well. So now that their hitting is going, they have been able to finally string some wins together, as they are on a 4-game win streak, as Hunter Holland is down on strikes. That will bring up the 9-hitter, Luke Quick, who is 1 for 4. And as for the NL West, as we all expected, not really much of a contest in that division with the Dodgers. With a solid 10 games out on the Colorado Rockies. A little disappointed with how the Rockies have been playing this year, as they right now are on the outside looking in when it comes to the wild card, as they are behind the Brewers and the Phillies. First pitch was in there for strike 1. 11 games back is the Arizona Diamondbacks. They are in 3rd place. A half game back from them is the Padres. That pitch misses for ball 1. So the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th place, Rockies, Diamondbacks, and Padres, only a game and a half within each other. And then the Giants are 16.5 games out, 31 and 40. Count is now 2-1 after the 1-1 misses. So the AL being much more separated with the exception of the AL East and the NL. All the races are close, as we kind of expected for the NL West. My predictions at the beginning of the year, I had the Astros winning the West, I had the Indians winning the Central, and the Yankees winning the East, not knowing that they were going to get Edwin Encarnacion. Here's a 3-1, and that will miss for ball 4, and the Quick will get on. That'll bring up Philip Childs. And as for my predictions for the NL, they were kind of blind dart throws, as I picked the Phillies to win the East, I picked the Brewers to win the Central again, and I picked the Dodgers to win the West, as this is a base hit up the middle. Past a couple diving defenders, and that will put runners on 1st and 2nd. Childs with his 4th base hit of the day. Are you serious? 3 singles and a double, with 2 RBI and a stolen base. Runners on 1st and 2nd now with 2 outs for Cruz Taylor. And now we have a pinch hitter. That will be Tyler Courtney. Sabre Dogs lead it 12-1 here in the top of the 8th. Alexander working from the stretch. Here's the first pitch. And that one misses. No, excuse me, that was in there. For strike 1 to Tyler Courtney. Chase Mueller's official line, 6 innings pitched, 8 hits, 5 earned runs, 1 walk, and 4 strikeouts. 1-0 pitch fouled back. Excuse me, 0-1 pitch fouled back. It'll be 0-2. Colin Marley goes 2/3 innings, gives up 6 earned runs, 7 runs total, 4 hits, no walks, and no strikeouts. And then Thomas Alexander so far, 1 2/3 innings, a couple of hits, a walk, and 2 strikeouts. 0-2 pitch. This one hit into right field, and that will be slicing foul. Stays in play. We'll stay 0-2. Whiskey Jacks will bring up Hazen Robinson, Robbie Merced, and Cody Kale, the 8-9-1 hitters in the bottom of the 8th. Sabre Dogs well in control here. Sabre Dogs play the Whiskey Jacks tomorrow, 7:05. Casper on Friday through Sunday. 0-2 pitch to Tyler Courtney. Misses outside, ball 1. It still just blows my mind the fact that the Sabre Dogs, despite being in the same division as the Pure Trappers, did not play them on the road this year. I don't understand how that ended up happening. There's 64 games in this season. This 1-2 pitch is fouled back. There's 64 games in the season. You should be able to have everybody play everybody in a 10-team league. They don't play the Spearfish Sasquatch either, which I find to be particularly peculiar. I mean, it's fine if you have the Sabre Dogs play all the Clark Division teams just once, because that one is swing and miss. But maybe have like 2-game series against the Clark Division, or something like that. That way you have everybody play everybody in the same division, including home and home. It just doesn't make sense to me. So a strikeout for Tyler Courtney ends the inning, and that will send us to the bottom of the 8th. Sabre Dogs well in command here, 12-1 lead. We'll be right back after these messages.
Planet Pizza has become Minot's premier party location. Whether it's a birthday, team, family, school, or church get-together, they have everything to make your event out of this world. From arcade games to bouncy houses, they provide fun for all ages. Planet Pizza has been Minot's best pizza place for over 20 years. Don't let the fun fool you. Their pizza is fresh and delicious every time. To book a party or to order, call 701-852-1700. The Sleep in Minot is the #1 favorite place to stay when visiting. The Wi-Fi is always free and the breakfast is always hot and delicious. It's also the most convenient hotel for the kids when they want to hang out at the Dakota Splashdown Water Park. For the grown-ups, the hotel is attached to the Dakota Square Mall so you can shop till you drop. Then in the evening, be sure and stop in at the best-kept secret lounge for a drink. The Sleep in Minot is a proud sponsor of the Souris Valley Sabre Dogs, the largest sleep in North America, where everyone dreams better.
Got a couple of defensive changes for the Sabre Dogs. There'll be Nick Mastoni playing third base and Josh Pano playing short. Still be Jace Edwards playing second, McClintock playing third. Here's the first pitch. Oxterkamp allows a base hit to lead things off here in the bottom of the 8th. It'll be Holland still catching, Holland still in left, Quick still in center, and Childs still in right. As Hazen Robinson is now 2 for 3 on the day. The only Whiskey Jack to have multiple hits today. That is hit number 5 against George Oxterkamp. As of right now, 7 innings pitched, 5 hits, 1 earned run, no walks, and 7 Ks for the big man. First pitch. Misses outside for ball 1 to Robbie Merced, who is 1 for 2 with a single and a flyout. Whiskey Jack's still trying to get through their third time through the order. So that one misses for ball 2. Oxterkamp looks over at first and delivers a 2-0 pitch, and that one misses for ball 3. And warming up in the bullpen for the Sabre Dogs. Three-0 pitch. That one in there for strike 1. Oxterkamp has not faced more than 4 hitters in an inning. This one hit at the third baseman. Mastoni, throw to second in time, throw to first. Not in time, and it'll be 1 out for Cody Cale. Mastoni not quite able to transfer that over as quickly as he probably would have liked to, as there is still 1 runner on. Cale is 0 for 3, strikeout and 2 groundouts. First pitch. Misses for ball 1. In the air towards right field, backing up is Childs, and he will make the catch. The runner will stay at first. So Hayden Stark-Kennison going to come in. Batting 0 for 3. 2 flats and a strikeout. Is that one in there for strike 1? And what's the most impressive stat, I think, here this evening for George Oxterkamp is the fact he hasn't walked anyone. That one is fouled. Make it 0-2. Excuse me, 0-2. I had that right. If I'm not mistaken, I believe that was Sam Powers over there in the bullpen warming up. That one gets past the catcher, Drew Pollum, and that will allow the runner to advance to second. The runner in scoring position for Hayden Stark-Kennison. 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th. Sabre Dogs lead at 12-1. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Throw down to first by Paulum. Step on the bag, and that will end the inning. So another strikeout for George Losterkamp in another inning where he faces just 4 batters. We'll head to the top of the ninth. Sabre Dogs lead at 12-1.
Trinity Health is a nonprofit healthcare system serving northwest and central North Dakota and eastern Montana. With a care hospital in Minot, more than 40 specialties, several rural health clinics, and a long-term facility, Trinity provides a full complement of healthcare services to the region. Since 1922, they have been committed to looking ahead and improving in ways that provide the best, most compassionate care for their patients, families, and communities. Trinity Health, where their mission is, being committed to preserving and improving the quality of health to the people they serve. Know what's below. Call before you dig. Whether you call 811 or use ITIC to file your locate requests, North Dakota One Call makes sure you're able to navigate the One Call process as easy as possible. Whether you're a professional contractor working on a project or a novice homeowner just installing a fence, contact us every time you dig to ensure no underground lines are damaged. It's easy, and it's the law. Dig safe.
So we will move on to the top of the ninth. Sabre Dogs bring up Chauncey Collier already. This is his third plate appearance in the span of 2 innings. So he had 2 plate appearances in the 7th inning with a double, a run, and a hit by pitch. Here's the first pitch, and correction is actually Nick Mastoni. Forgot he came in and substituted. Is that first pitch in there for strike 1 as right now Mastoni for the Sabre Dogs, batting 1 for 7 on the season. These 2 games he's started. That one misses to even the count. One pitch. That one hit into left field. Base hit for Nick Mastoni. Second hit of the season. Dugout loves that. Now bring up Bo McClintock. 3 for 5 today with 3 RBI. No outs here in the top of the ninth. First pitch to him. That one hit in the right field. Backing up is Picorni, and he will be over his head. Off the wall, rounding third. And coming home is Mastoni, and he will be in there safe. Now heading for third is McClintock, and he is safe. How about that? Mastoni gets his first run as a Sabre Dog. McClintock advances to third base. Sabre Dogs now lead 13-1. That one hit at the shortstop. Runner will head for home, and it will be everyone safe as Pano will advance safely. That's going to be an error by Robbie Merced. And they're going to list that previous hit by McClintock as a triple. That'll bring up Jace Edwards as Josh Pano safely on first. And this one hit in the air towards right field. Picorni coming in, and he will make the catch for out number 1. Now I'll bring up Drew Paulum. Paulum 0 for 5 with 4 flyouts and a strikeout. Bo McClintock and Philip Childs both with 4 hits apiece. McClintock is 4 for 6 with 2 RBI, and Philip Childs is 4 for 5 with 2 runs and 2 RBI. First pitch misses, ball 1 to Drew Paulum. Hunter Holland on deck for the Sabre Dogs. See if Drew Loxerkamp can go the distance. He went 8 innings. He's a hit in the air. This one's shallow at the second baseman, Cody Kale, for out number 2. The Sabre Dogs lead at 14-1. Well on their way to advancing to a 13-11 record. Hit high in the air. Another one's going to be in on the infield. Once again at Cody Kale. Make the catch for the final out. The Sabre Dogs are done in the 9th. They lead it 14-1. We'll head to the bottom of the 9th and see if the Sabre Dogs can hold off the Whiskey Jacks and limit them to 13 runs. We'll be right back after these messages.
Inside of your mouth ache? Not brushing as often as you should? Then come on over to Kemet Dental. Kemet Dental prides on their team of highly educated dental professionals and advanced technology. Whether it's advanced dental procedures such as implants, same-day crowns, and sleep apnea, there's no problem they can't fix. Visit their state-of-the-art facility or visit kemetdental.com to learn more. Kemet Dental. We treat more than teeth, we treat people. Don't let bad weather surprise you. Stay informed with KMOT. KMOT is Minot's local NBC affiliate that keeps you in the know for all things weather-related. KMOT also makes sure that you know everything important happening in the Minot community. Want to see the latest Twins highlights? Check out KMOT's professional sports coverage, as well as their local and collegiate sports. KMOT, your news leader.
George Loxerkamp going to come in for the complete game. It will be the first of the season. We'll see if he can pull it off. And once again, he has not faced more than 4 hitters in an inning. And it will be Lucas Allen, Keegan Schultz, and Jackson Picorni, the 3-4-5 hitters coming up for the Whiskey Jacks. See if he can do it. Had the longest outing amongst the Sabre Dog on Monday, and that was Marcelo Terrazas. He went 8 innings. No Sabre Dog had done that until Monday. And now Loxerkamp has done it here, and he's going to try to complete the game. Wind up and the pitch. This is outside for ball 1. Loxerkamp with 8 innings pitched. 5 hits, 1 earned run, and 8 strikeouts with no walks. 1-0 pitch. This one hit up the middle to the second baseman, Jace Edwards, throw to first in time for out number 1. And this would be extremely ideal for Loxerkamp to finish this out, not having to go into the bullpen. I mean, they have Sam Powers over there, just kind of loosening up, and now he's walking towards the dugout. So already not planning on wasting any arms from any members in the bullpen, as they still have 4 more games left on this road stand, all consecutively, including a 13-hour drive down to Casper after Thursday's game here tomorrow. First pitch in there, strike 1 to Keegan Schultz. Schultz 0 for 3 on the day with 2 strikeouts. That one fouled. It'll be 0-2. And tomorrow, 7-5 here at Andrews Field for the finale to see who can win this series here in Brandon, Manitoba. 0-2 pitch. This one grounded at the third baseman. Mastoni boots it. And one-hand throw over to first by Josh Pano. And that will not be in time, so Keegan Schultz will reach via an error. Mastoni came in last inning in defense. Foul tip by Picorni. He came in substituted for Chauncey Callier. Also, Mason Dennison done for the day with Josh Pano in at short. And for the final at-bat for Cruz Taylor, Tyler Cordy came in. 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss ahead of that breaking ball. Beautiful pitch from Loxerkamp. Make it 0-2. Sabre Dogs trying to close her out here with a 9-inning, 1-run shutout from Loxerkamp. See if they can pull it off here. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Now in the dirt. Try to get him to chase. Palm knocks it down. And off to the right. Make it 1-2. One and two pitch. Fouled. Make it 1-2 still. Sawbusters upset the Pioneers 4-3 at Duncan Field in Hastings, Nebraska. And how about the Sawbusters? They've been playing pretty well as of late. 3-game win streak. They're now 8-14. This one fouled out of play. And as for the Pioneers, they fall to 16-5. They're now just a game and a half up on the Spearfish Sasquatch, who appear not to be playing tonight against Spear Trappers. And then the Horseheads are holding on to a 1-run lead over the Big Sticks, 5-4 in the bottom of the 6th. 1-2 pitch, and the dirt once again to even the count 2-2. 17 hits for the Sabre Dogs, 5 for the home Whiskey Jacks. This is a great day overall for the confidence of pretty much everyone involved in this game. Here's a 2-2. Grounded at the first baseman McClintock, but foul. Stay at 2-2. Game has gone by fairly quickly. Been playing for just a little under 2.5 hours. If not compared to some of the other games the Sabre Dogs have played this past weekend. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 down for Jaden Key. Jaden K, rather. This past Friday, Sabre Dogs completed their game in 2 hours flat against the Hub City Hotshots. Saturday's game took quite a bit longer, went 3 hours and 20 minutes, and then Sunday's game went 1 hour and 59 minutes, and then Monday's game went 2 hours and 22 minutes. First pitch, outside, ball 1. So very quick games with the exception of Saturday this past weekend, with 2 of them finishing right around 2 hours. These are not 7-inning games, went full 9 innings. 1-0 pitch, up and in, make it 2-0. Definitely helps when the half-inning breaks are just 1 minute instead of a minute and a half or 2 minutes, or 2.5 minutes is what it used to be for the majors. Cut down to 2 this year. Here's a 2-0 pitch. There's some ground at the shortstop, Pano. Throw over to first, and that will be caught by McClintock. He has a to reach, and that will be the game as George Losterkamp gets the first complete game for the Souris Valley Sabre Dogs. They win it once again, a final score, Souris Valley 14, Wheat City 1. We're going to take a little bit longer a break than normal to get the stats, because it's going to take a while for me to complete all of them. We'll be right back after these messages. like to thank all our viewers tuning in this evening. Sabre Dogs win it. Final score 14-1 as the Whiskey Jacks get to their stats here first, as you can blow through these pretty quickly. Not a whole lot going on. The leading hitter was Cody Kale. He went 0 for 4 with a strikeout. Hayden Starr-Kinnison was 0 for 4 with 2 strikeouts. Lucas Allen was 1 for 4 with 1 strikeout. Keegan Schultz was 0 for 4 with 2 Ks. Jackson McCorney was 1 for 4 with a run and a strikeout. Jaden Kay was 0 for 4 with a strikeout. Lincoln Fitzgerald was 0 for 3. Hazen Robinson was 2 for 3 with a strikeout, the only Whiskey Jack with a multi-hit day. And Robbie Merced was 1 for 3. Pitching for the Whiskey Jacks, it was Chase Mueller who got the loss in 6 innings of work. He gave up 1 walk, 8 hits, and 5 earned runs with 4 strikeouts. Colin Marley came in for just 2/3 innings. No strikeouts, no walks, but 6 earned runs, 7 total, with 4 hits allowed. And Thomas Alexander, 2 1/3 innings, with 3 strikeouts, 1 walk, 5 hits, and 2 earned runs. As for the Sabre Dogs, leading off was Philip Childs, and he was one of 2 Sabre Dogs with 4 hits, as he went 4 for 5 with 2 runs, 2 RBI, a double, a strikeout, and a stolen base. Cruz Taylor came in, and he was wonderful this evening at the 2 spot. He was 2 for 5 with 2 runs and 2 RBI. Tyler Courtney came in for him, was 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Chauncey Callier was 3 for 4 with 2 runs and 2 RBI with 3 doubles. And Nick Mastoni was 1 for 1 with a single and a run. Bo McClintock was 4 for 6 with 2 runs and 4 RBI with a strikeout. Mason Dennison was 0 for 3 with a run and an RBI. And Josh Pano was 0 for 1. He reached via an error. Chase Edwards was 2 for 6 with 2 runs. Drew Paulin was 0 for 6 with a strikeout. Hunter Holland was 0 for 4 with 2 runs and an RBI. And Luke Quick was 1 for 4. And all the pitchers are, well, George Locksterkamp. That's it. 9 innings from the big man. 9 strikeouts, no walks, 1 earned run, and 6 hits for George Locksterkamp. I mean, pretty difficult to pick an MVP, so I'm gonna pick all 3. I'm gonna pick 3 MVPs: Philip Childs, Bo McClintock, and George Locksterkamp, as Locksterkamp went the distance. Complete game. First person to do that as a Sabre Dog. McClintock with 4 RBI and 4 hits, and Philip Childs with 4 hits out of 5 at-bats. So what a night for the Sabre Dogs. They get their confidence back in terms of hitting and their pitching, and we will see if they can get the series win tomorrow. 7:05, first pitch between the Sabre Dogs and the Whiskey Jacks, right here on the YouTube page of the Souris Valley Sabre Dogs. Thank you so much for tuning in, everyone. I'm Jared Sluppy, and